A racist anti-gay restaurant won't serve, and I quote, blacks, faggots, poor people, or disabled people, and they also promise a nigger-free experience. Wow. This is Ward 4 and Enid City Commission candidate Gary James. He calls his restaurant a fag-free zone. There is video of him giving an interview. I'm not going to play it because it is a local news interview. Local news stations are very aggressive with their copyright claims. I know that we would be within our fair use rights to play the clip. Trust me, we know from experience it's not worth the trouble. So you can find the video on YouTube very easily. Gary's Chicaros is a place where patrons can be themselves as long as they are white, straight, Christian, have good jobs, and aren't disabled. Gary doesn't tolerate what he considers to be trash in his restaurant. I don't like girly men. I'm not fond of men with all kinds of metal in their face. My customers don't want him around, and I don't want him around. I don't consider that racist. I have black friends, and they are productive. Guys who come in with their britches down to their knees won't get served in my place. He has also been accused of refusing to serve disabled people, and he has said hateful things about welfare recipients as well. The t-shirt, the signature t-shirt from the restaurant, disparages Muslims, blacks, and Democrats as well. He says he has a very keen gaydar after 44 years in the business, and he can tell who's who just based on, he says, I've been in the business 44 years. I think I can spot a freak or a faggot. I don't deal with these people walking down the street with no jobs on welfare. If I reached over there and slapped the S out of you, you should be offended. But to call someone a chink or someone call me a bigot, that doesn't bother me. Okay, well, it's good to know that he's not racist, right?
Yeah, at least he has some black friends. I'm sure they're very friendly. I'm sure they get together all the time for dinner and drinks.
I would love to meet this guy's black friends. I'm being completely honest. I would love to interview one of this guy's black friends and see whether, number one, they exist, and number two, whether it's like when George Zimmerman brought out one of his friends to do interviews, and it was like the biggest train wreck you could even imagine. People are leaving really funny reviews on this guy's Facebook page and Yelp page. For example, here's a Yelp review of the restaurant. Gary himself sports assless chaps, a choker chain, and pink nipple tassels daily. Someone else says that this is the best gay bar in Oklahoma. Some of the reviews aren't quite as enthusiastic. Alex from Kentucky observed that he thought the place was going to be cheap, but that the all-male review night forced him to whip out all of his single-dollar bills. So, Lewis, this guy's really getting the internet treatment.
Yeah, he probably had no idea that this was even a thing, that this could happen to you. And who knows if he even knows what Yelp is, but something tells me he doesn't care and that his customers don't care. I'm willing to bet that none of them are ever on Yelp.
In an ideal society, and this is a completely serious analysis and view here, in an ideal society, this place is 100% allowed to exist, but no one goes there at all. That would be the free market resolving the situation. Of course, in different states, we actually have anti-discrimination laws where you can't refuse to serve someone based on their membership in protected classes. But if truly we had a just society, you would be allowed to do this because no one in their right mind would go to this restaurant. Of course, it's not like that. Lots of people like this place.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Lots of like-minded people. And I don't know. Should a place like this be allowed to exist? Should they be allowed to discriminate like this? I mean, I guess technically they are, right?
Yeah, it depends on state law, and it depends on whether you actually refuse to serve someone. You know, this issue of the disabled guy who he refused to serve, it seems to completely violate ADA laws, but I'm not totally familiar with Oklahoma law. We're going to look more into the legality and the specifics of turning people away and what that has entailed.